Hello everyone, welcome to the channel once again. We're here in sunny Ontario, Canada. We're at a cemetery. We're actually going to go into the cemetery very shortly. We're going to be visiting a late Canadian actor that starred in a lot of 80s films that sadly passed away not too many years ago. So we're here, as I said, at the cemetery in Ontario, Canada. So guys, without further ado, let's go in and pay our respects to the late, great 80s teen actor, Corey Haim.
Down the highway, windows down low. Sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas, unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Inside each sound, a memory to keep. On this adventure, dreams
Today, on this Tuesday morning, at the cemetery in Ontario, Canada, where the final place for Corey Haim is just over our shoulder here, and we'll shortly be going over to pay our respects. Throughout the early 80s, Corey starred in films such as Firstborn. He starred in the TV series The Edison Twins. He also starred in a TV series called Roomies with Burt Young, who's a fantastic actor. Then he shot to fame with his acting abilities in the 1986 film Lucas, where you could actually see his acting abilities, and they was absolutely through the roof. But what shot Corey to fame was in the 1987 cult classic movie The Lost Boys, which is personally one of my favourites. That catapulted Corey to high fame with the other Corey Feldman. After that film, they starred in two films together. Another film called License to Drive, the comedy film with the two Coreys, 1988 License to Drive. And then following on with a series of films straight to VHS, they continued to grow throughout the 80s into the early 90s, where they starred in such films of Snowboard Academy. Corey starred in Blown Away, the 1990s film, with the other Corey Feldman. But today we're not here for Corey Feldman, we're here for Corey Haim. In the early 2000s, Corey and the other Corey starred in the TV reality series The Two Coreys. Now, throughout The Two Coreys, the TV series that run for a couple of seasons, it was a fly-on-the-wall documentary if you've not seen it. Corey was candidly open about his substance abuse, and throughout the late 1990s, Corey mentioned, and he was out there mentioning his substance abuse and his struggles. Corey was on the mend, clean and sober for a number of years, but sadly fell off the wagon and returned back to substance abuse, which sadly on March 10, 2010, Corey went into difficulty at his apartment with his mother in California. There is a 911 emergency call from Corey's mother, Judy Haim, to the emergency services, where you can actually hear the full call. That is available. You can hear it. It's all on social media, so I'm not here to say anything about that. I don't want to upset the Haim family in any way, but I will not post that on here because we're here for the life of Corey, and we're obviously going to go to his graveside very shortly. But we're also here for the film career of Corey. Obviously starting in the early 80s. Sadly, until the day that Corey sadly lost his life in his mother's apartment in California. So without further ado, let's go over to Corey's grave and pay Corey Haim our final respects here in this beautiful cemetery on this beautiful Tuesday morning in Ontario, Canada.
Corey Haim, authorities saying the 38-year-old actor probably died of an accidental overdose of prescription drugs. He battled addiction for more than 20 years. Early Show national correspondent Hattie Kaufman has the tragic story, including an exclusive tribute from Haim's longtime friend, Corey Feldman.
Friends say Corey Haim had the flu and a high fever in the hours before his death. He was caring for his cancer-stricken mother, Judy, in this Burbank apartment when he collapsed.
I don't think this was a suicide. And I don't think it was an intentional overdose.
Get yourself a good sharp steak and drive it right through his heart.
I can't do that. He's my brother.
Corey Feldman and Corey Haim first worked together on The Lost Boys 23 years ago. Feldman says he spoke to his best friend earlier this week.
This is a man who was pushing forward and more than anything in the world wanted to be there for his mother.
Oh, you're going to be lonely.
He was just 12 years old when he landed the film Firstborn and quickly became a teen heartthrob in Hollywood films of the 1980s. But with fame came addiction.
He's been battling addiction for his entire adult life. I mean, literally since he was 15 years old.
The two Coreys made 8 films together, but both struggled to make the transition into adult roles. Haim's lifelong battle with drugs eventually played out on a reality series.
You're telling me I'm on drugs?
You think I'm making this up, Corey?
I mean, he made so many attempts at suicide. He's OD'd so many times. I mean, I can't begin to tell you, having him foaming at the mouth, coming downstairs and finding him that way and drooling and not able to speak, and me having to put charcoal down his throat so that he could breathe.
Just weeks ago, Haim told a crew from TMZ he was clean and sober.
Did you go to rehab? Are you being sober now? Are you?
I've been good for a while, man.
He made a lot of mistakes, but he always had his talent, he always had his skill, and he always tried to be the best person he could.
Hattie Kaufman, CBS News, Hollywood.
And you can actually see there is something there, forever in our hearts, Corey. We have some little stones here, we have some Lost Boys pins as well. And we also have a memorial candle here. So in tradition of, obviously, a Jewish tradition, we go over to, also Corey has a memorial bench here, as you can see. It says, in loving memory of Corey Haim, one of the most loving, giving, talented people that has ever walked the earth, you will be missed. So we'll pick a stone up and we'll replace it on Corey's grave. The Haimstock 222. Rest in peace, Corey. So at the back of the headstone we've just got that reads Haim. So we're at the final resting place of Corey Haim. We're at his final resting gravesite here in Toronto, Ontario, Toronto, Canada. In loving memory of Corey Haim, December the 23rd, 1971. Sadly passed away on March 10, 2010. It reads, our beloved son, grandson, brother, cousin, uncle and friend. You are a bright shining star that will live on for eternity. You will always be loved and forever be in our hearts. Peace. So guys, if you like this video and you like the content, if you've not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell for all upcoming and future videos. Anyway, until next time, peace.